Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey everybody, how we doing? We doing good. All right, so first of all, my apologies for being late today. I ran up on this clip of Kiki Palmer, and it was a snippet of like an interview that she was doing as a part of, I do believe, being interviewed, I want to say by Vanity or People. It might have been People magazine. And in this snippet, she's addressing, like, partially at least, she's addressing the whole thing that went down between her and Darius. And just listening to this little snippet, I'm like, are we serious? So we just not going to take responsibility for none of it? Like all of it? Like we just not going to take? There was zero accountability in that, in this clip. I'm going to play it for you guys as a whole. And then Miss Kiki, we not going to take no responsibility. You know, the devil is at work. The devil is busy because there has been absolutely no noise at all day. And as soon as I want to start working, the devil get busy. But I rebuke him in the name of Allah. Anyway, I'm just going to read the side piece that if you love all things Kiki Palmer, you're going to be excited for her new book, Master Me, which is set to be released on November the 19th. In her latest body of work, the entertainer takes fans into her life, discussing fame and family. She also candidly addresses what happened between her and her son's father that sent social media into a frenzy. As previously reported, last year, Palmer found herself at the center of a firestorm after Jackson criticized the dress she wore to an Usher concert. Following the online back and forth, tensions mounted behind the scenes, leading to allegations of DV. This was further complicated by a contentious custody battle over their son, Leo, who was born last year. Now they are in a healthier and better place. Palmer reflects on the experience. She told People, "It got so out of control. The only way I knew how to bring order was through the court." Regarding what initially went wrong between them, she revealed having a baby was a big stressor, not just with my romantic relationships, but family and friends. It's always become a burden. Too many voices get in. It can make everyone else not trust you. It's hard to explain. And I'm just going to let her talk.
Well, Darius posted. What was your reaction?
I was speechless because I was at a photo shoot. And everybody was looking all weird. I was like, are y'all good? And then I randomly was on my phone and I saw a Shade Room post of the comment. And I was honestly just shocked. That was all. I was just like, okay. And then it continued. And then I didn't have no words. And it's not reality. I didn't want to engage with something that wasn't reality. So I kind of just became removed. And then at that point for me, I kind of just wanted it to not exist in the workspace. Because ultimately that's what it is for me. You know, in my opinion, I was just at a concert. I don't know how anybody else receives that. Whether they know me or whether they're online. It was not that reality for me. So I didn't know what to do with it because I'm not in that reality. Just seeing
what Darius posted. What was your reaction?
It's crazy. It got so out of control, and the only way that you know how to bring order or control to something is the court. I mean, that's literally what it's there for. It's, you know what I mean? And it becomes difficult because I can't control all the information. You have people like TMZ, they got friends in the court, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't want, this is not for the public. This is for me to bring order within my family. The only way that I know how, which is through the court, not through the public, but the public's still going to somehow know. And so that was difficult because I was not looking to make a scene, I guess is the thing. You know, I wasn't looking to make a scene. I was just looking to bring order to something. You know what I mean? Bring balance. Okay. The best way that I could. I feel clear. It's crazy.
Now they got her up here looking like something out of a 1967 headline, as if this is the woman that she always represents herself to be. And she does not represent herself to be that kind of woman at all. And I'm going to start speaking. And whenever I speak and there's a celebrity involved of any stature or note, I'm going to start speaking as if I was speaking to them, as if they're going to hear it, because they might. You never know. So I'm going to be speaking as if Kiki is in the audience. Beloved, she's definitely giving she's unburdened by what has been. She's definitely unburdened by what has been. Exactly. I'm trying to be mindful of the fact that more than 100,000 people have access to me. So I'm going to speak to her as if she was in my chat room, or as if someone will give her this video. Miss Kiki, there's no way you sat there in the snippet of the interview that we just saw and tell somebody that you didn't want to make a scene out of that. Miss Kiki, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it, ma'am. We are not going to do that, ma'am, at all. We're not going to act like you did not make every attempt to clown that man publicly. He made a statement publicly, which, granted, I probably would not have done. Everything that I wanted to say to you, if I was him, I would have said directly to your face. I would not have even bothered to make a post, because the internet is gonna internet and they gonna run with it, and you never know. Once you put something out there for public consumption, you never know how that's gonna go. So with hindsight, or even at that time, I didn't think, if I were in his shoes, I would not have made a post, an internet post about any of it. I would have talked to you and you only. And if I couldn't get no understanding out of you, then, you know, we would have had to do what we had to do as a couple, but I wouldn't have brought it to the internet. But be that as it may, he made a public statement over Twitter, I believe it was, about you being a mother and the way you should dress and da-da-da-da-da, after you decided that you were going to go to an Usher concert dressed really immodestly and inappropriately, in terms of the fact that you have a man that you was claiming and he was claiming you, and you had a child by this man just recently. Before that concert, he made a statement. You went to every length that you could to troll him about that statement, even going so far as to make a song with Usher, and then at the end of that to troll up using the same line that Darius used about you being a mother. So you made every attempt. You did everything that you could to make a scene out of it, ma'am. So we're not going to sit somewhere in front of another audience and spin doctor like you wasn't really trying to engage with that publicly. It just got away from y'all and things just unfold it publicly, but you weren't trying to take it there. You definitely took it there. You made an effort to take it there. I remember that. I remember the various little, you know what I'm saying, little TikTok posts and you dancing and the little song in the background could have been spent at something that you was really going at him about, and then the leaking of text messages and this, that, and the third. Then not only did you just try to straighten it out in the court, you accused that man of DV with some image steals from the security camera within your house without releasing a video to accompany it. And you just told people that the video was of him manhandling you, when in reality, anybody looking at the steals could tell that he was trying to get his phone away from you because that's what you had. And so the video steals could be interpreted, you know, it was leeway to be interpreted however. So you put context to it that did not belong. Accused that man of DV, sent that man all through the court system about a custody battle with that baby, knowing that he has been a well and involved father. He has not been a distant father. He's actually been an attentive father, because every time we saw him, he was with that baby, whether he was with you or not. And then for you to sit in front of somebody's camera and say that you didn't want this to spill into the public view as it did, or act like it just simply got away from you, but that was never the intention. That is so disingenuous. That is so disingenuous. You specifically took that man through that stuff. You didn't have to do any of them things. None of them. And whatever you did do should have been between you and him, even if he initially made a public statement. If you really didn't want to engage that, you would not have. As in any public manner, you would not have said a single word. People would have just been speculating. Because all they would have had to go on is some type of speculation. Because if you really didn't want it to be public, you would not have made it public. And I think that was really the kicking point for me. It was like, well, you know, I was trying to bring order to it any way that I could about going to the court. Like, going to the court to do what? Exactly. The court for what? You're not legally married to the man. So you wasn't trying to go to the court to file for a divorce because you're not married. You went to the court to try to leverage that child against him because that's the tool that you got to, you know what I'm saying, to make him either kowtow or whatever. And then you went down to a courthouse to get a temporary order of protection. And then you had the sisterhood, because the sisterhood always gonna ride for some stupid stuff. So then you got them. I don't know why I thought she was pregnant again, but what about him dragging you through the house, baby? Because he didn't do that. Got people believing it. That wasn't his wife. Should have been more concerned with hitting her than what she was wearing. But who said he hit her? There's only one person. She cringy. I really think she was the issue to begin with. Somebody said she always come off like she's lying. I don't believe nothing she says, but I can be wrong. Somebody said, I don't know why I feel like this is also just acting. Because because that disingenuous spirit, see, people are starting to come out of some of this stuff, at least a little bit sometimes. You can fool some people sometimes, but you can't fool all the people all the time. So the gaslighting, trying to make us think that something was different other than what it was. We're not here for it, Miss Kiki. We're not here for it, beloved. Beloved. We're not here for it, beloved. Trying to sit there and represent herself as this wholesome. Now you want to dress like a mother? For People magazine, you will not only dress as a mother, you will dress matronly, as what we used to call it, mammy maid. You'll get some, now you want to sit somewhere and be mammy maid. But couldn't figure out how to just wear a real pretty dress or something like that at the concert. Now you can sit in front of people's camera and dress mammy maid. They got you with a 1968 civil rights flip. Tell me that y'all know what I'm talking about. They got her sitting here with a 1960
crazy
hair flip. Now you concerned about the image that you putting out. Then just look at what the cover say. I just be outdone with stuff. Healing after a toxic relationship. The hardest thing I ever had to go through. Beloved, you didn't go through nothing that you was not participatory in. You participated in all the foolishness that you went through. You were an active participant, Miss Kiki, an active participant. We all saw it. We saw you actively participate in this. You were not a passive victim in it. Like he was just taking you through he was dragging you through the streets of the internet and you was just trying to survive it. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. We're not going for that. We're not going for it. And to set the cherry on top of the cake, you went back with them. I did a video on it with the picture, standing there cheesing. Now, I don't mind you going back to your baby daddy because I feel like that's where you should have been anyway. So I don't have no smoke for that. But you played in the other sisterhood's faces. You played in their face. After telling them that this man was putting his hands on you on some type of regular basis. Had the whole sisterhood feeling bad. Talking about, oh, you know what I'm saying? He's just jealous of her. And you know what I'm saying? You never know what's going on behind closed doors. And he putting his hands on her because she the breadwinner. And all of this. Only for you to come out and play in their face and be like, ha, girl, I'm back with him. Because he was never doing all of the stuff that he was being accused of. And this is what prompted him to start putting out those text messages and things of that nature. He's trying to defend himself. He's trying to clear his name because his name and his image is being smeared. He being smeared. And you and those women who follow you on social media and who are fans of yours, Miss Kiki, y'all collectively laughed at that man. Y'all collectively was like, girl. Y'all was like sister girling with him or on him. Y'all was sister girling. And you was allowing it to happen, Miss Kiki. You allowed it. You encouraged it. You encouraged the rest of this sisterhood to kiki on at your baby daddy's expense. only knowing that you're going to go back with him. Had your mama recorded, cussing him out on the phone, all kind of foolishness. It was weeks of foolishness that you participated in. So to sit somewhere and say you wasn't trying to participate like that, baby, come on now. Come on now. Is we grown or not? Because if we grown women take responsibility and accountability for the stuff that they do, even if it's foolish. Even if they have engaged in some type of foolishness, at some point, a grown woman is gonna say, "Yeah, I messed up. I had my play in it too. I was doing this, I was doing that as well. I could have handled that much better than what I did. So even if I feel like he was being immature, I was also being immature, and our immaturity playing out in the public eye like that was not a good look for us as a couple. It wasn't a good look for me as a woman, because that's the reality. For you to sit there and not take no accountability for none of that, as if this had happened to you unbidden. That's the part I think that I have the most trouble with. Acting as if all of this stuff was unbidden and you was just a passenger in the car of life, and you don't got nothing to do with it. And babe, come on now. You don't got nothing to do with it. You don't got nothing to do with it. Somebody gonna know if you go to the court. Yes, somebody's gonna know if you go to the court. First of all, court papers are public knowledge. Most court proceedings are public knowledge. Okay, it's a matter of public record. And so TMZ and Shade Room and all these other gossip sites and gossip, columns and all this other type of stuff, they have people that look for this type of stuff. They look for famous names and, so forth and so on. And they report back. You having been in the public eye for as long as you've been in the public eye, you know exactly what's about to happen. If you go down to a courthouse or you go down to a police station or something like that and file some type of report or file some type of paperwork, then somebody's going to see your name on that paperwork, realize that you Kiki Palmer. They're going to try to look at what the paperwork was about. And if they feel like it's tea, they're going to spill that tea, whether you want them to spill it or not. And you know that. So it was best to stay out of the courthouse, because there was nothing that was going on between you and that man that needed court intervention in the first place. Like I said, you're not legally married, so it wasn't like you had to seek a legal separation or a divorce. You didn't have to do that. The temporary restraining order or order of protection, that was capped. And it's the reason why you filed a temporary one, because I think they just give you that without a whole lot of proof of what's going on. I think you can kind of almost just on your word go get a temporary order of protection on somebody. So that paperwork was going to be there. You knew what it was going to do. You knew exactly what it was going to do. I don't buy that for a moment, that you had not thought about in any way or capacity what this would do and how this would look once it hit the public. I'm just not buying that at all. And for her to sit there and say that with a straight face, we're going to talk about what bringing order to a relationship is. But after these messages, we'll be right back. because I need everybody to hit the link at the top of the chat for ashkicking.com. If you are looking for absolutely wonderful body butter, look no further than ashkicking.com. This is some great stuff, and I know you want to try it. If this is going to be the first time that you make an order, then you want to take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson. Go and pick you up some body butter today, along with all the other body care products, the facial moisturizers, the deodorants, all of those wonderful things. Once again, the link is pinned to the top of the chat at ashkicking.com. Don't know how many likes I need, but I owe you guys a bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to go ahead and hit the like button. Thank you, Shell Shock. They're talking about not making a scene yet. Got on stage and bragged about how that baby done got her thick and started saying she's a single Black mother. Thank you, Lydell says she needs to get got. Speak, Crimson. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Tokyo says she must be a Thundercat because she a little lion. Oh, thank you, Bernard. So I'm starting to believe modern Black female celebs are hazed into the DV club as some type of victim club badge. Look, I got one too. You know, I may start doing this, but I think I gotta do it at the beginning of a stream. Is setting goals. I don't know if they roll this out for everyone, because I don't see anything for me. So maybe it's in the beta stage, but I like setting goals. So if they make it live for everybody, I'm probably going to start doing it. I thought that was interesting because Hemp was able to set goals, but I didn't see anything that advertised it. So that's what made me think it's probably in its beta stage. You know, sometimes they just roll it out for some people. Let's see. Let's talk about why did I lose my train of thought? What was it that I said we was going to say? I've been doing that a lot lately, losing my train of thought. And this is why I did not write down my points today. And I usually do. Bring in order. Thank you. Thank you, Tristan. Bring in order to relationship. Thank you. I appreciate you. She went to the courts to do it. She said she had to go to the courts to do it. This is yet another way in which you emasculated your man, Miss Kiki, because he's the one that's supposed to bring order to the relationship. He's supposed to bring order to the relationship. The fact that you bypassed him to go to a court, you weren't trying to bring order to the relationship. You was trying to get him in line. Let's be real about what we're saying, because we play with words and it's not cute. You are not trying to get your house in order. You were not trying to utilize the court in a way that brought you and the father of your child into a better healed space. You were trying to use the court system to bring him to heal, to put him in line, to make sure that he didn't overstep what you consider to be the bounds. He had overstepped his bounds trying to bring order to you in the first place. In your opinion, he had overstepped by trying to regulate, see to, speak on, or have an opinion about what type of clothing that you were wearing in front of men and how you were behaving also in those clothes. See, it wasn't just the clothes. It was also the behavior that she was engaged in as she attended Usher's concert. See, what people have to understand is that Usher is performing. He's performing. He do that to every female that's in the front row and all of that type of stuff that'll let him do it. He's performing. That's his performance. Part of his performance is to, I guess, when he get to a specific song or whatever, that he grab one of the ladies in the front and he serenade her. Now, how you take that serenade is your business. But he's performing on stage. He's at work. He's working. So this is why I never said, oh, well, Usher's out of order. Usher's at work. Okay? This wasn't no private moment and he was just kicking in and they was out together. No, Usher was working. That's his job, is it not? To sing and entertain. So how you respond to him, whether you respond at all, whether you let him serenade you, whether you don't, you know what I'm saying, whether you just congratulate it from a distance or you just kind of sing along with the song, however it is that you do it, that's your business. Because if you let him grab you up, he'll grab you up and, you know, slow dance with you and all. He'll do that if that's what you want to do. So it was also the behavior. And when Darius tried to put his foot down, you chopped it off like Kunta Kinte. Did you not, Miss Kiki? You didn't accept that order. You did not accept maybe his reasoning why or the fact that he didn't want you to. You did not respect that. You felt like he had disrespected you by even saying something, whether it was public or not. And we know that you were trying to put him in his place by everything that you did after that. Everything that transpired after that, that was you checking him. You was doing this to him. Don't you never get out of line. You will know not to get out of line with me no more, because I'm going to embarrass you. That's what it was. Let's call a thing a thing. Let's not act like we don't know what that is in the hood. We know what that is. All right, you want to play with me? We going to see who play. I'm going to embarrass you in front of everybody now. You will think twice about talking to me or blah, 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 blah with me. You will think twice about that, because I'm going to embarrass you for I'm going to come for your whole life. You will figure it out. I bet you won't say nothing else. I bet you won't say nothing else. Now, say something else again. Because I'll crush you, little boy. Who you talking to? I'm Kiki. What is you doing? That was the whole thing. That was the whole thing. That was your whole energy towards that situation. There was not an energy of humbleness. There was not an energy of, man, let me, handle this a little bit better. Let me, this is the child, my father's, my child's father and things of that nature. I know I like him. I know I want him. So let me just go ahead. No, you was feeling yourself. You call yourself checking him. You was showing out for the sisterhood. You was showing out. Miss Kiki, you was showing out, beloved. Just say what it was. You was showing out in front of the other sisterhood members and letting them know that you had this dude in check. You're the breadwinner. You got more money than him. You got more notoriety than him. You got more clout than him. And he better know to keep his place with you. Now we want to get in front of somebody. We want to get in front of the white man's magazine and act like you was just innocent and you wasn't doing nothing. And it just got out of hand, and before you knew it, and you was just trying to make the best out of a bad situation. You was just trying to stop it. Stop that. Who's stupid? Who's stupid, beloved? We supposed to be stupid now? Maybe the sisterhood is stupid, but the lionesses, we not dumb. We know what's going on. It's this level of gaslighting and this level of non-accountability that's actually really sickening to me. It's sickening to me the way that so many women, the majority of women nowadays, they just cannot take responsibility for nothing that they do. If they feel like at some point it may have backfired or not had them in the best possible light that they think they should have been in, they're going to start backpedaling it and spinning it and, you know what I'm saying, dodging accountability about it and trying to make it something other than what it was and da-da-da-da-da. Like, to the point of lying about it, to the point of, spinning a narrative about something that's not true and all of this type of stuff. Like, it's so bad. It's this type of behavior that so many women engage in that make lionesses look stupid. It make lionesses look stupid because we'll be the ones to take accountability for stuff, and then it's like we get laughed at for doing it. And I've been telling y'all that lionesses don't like being called to task either. We don't really like negative light being shown on us and different things like that. But it's that serious where you just can't take accountability for nothing at no point in time? At no point in time? Because sometimes it ain't nothing else to do. Sometimes it ain't even nothing else to do. It's just like, I did that. I did that. I don't like the word salad. Hyenas don't do nothing but talk. And you wouldn't be able, they can talk for 15 minutes and you would not be able to sum up what they actually talking about because it's so nonsensical that your brain shut it off. Like, my brain shuts stuff off. Like, I'm real good at that, for better or worse. I'm real good at tuning out. I don't know, that has worked for me and against me. And when I feel like it's just too much foolishness being said to me, I can't even do it. I can't listen to that. This is why I don't like Kamala Harris. This is why I don't like her. Because she talks so much and she don't be saying nothing. And then she just talk, and then you can't even make heads or tails out of it. It's not a coherent point that's being kept up with, and that is one of the most egregious parts of talking to the majority of women today. It's fascinating in a morbid kind of way. She just looks at it. And it's crazy, Miss Mia, because as females, we chaotic, all of us. So it really shouldn't be that big of a deal following the chaotic thought process of another woman. But when it get to a point where it's just like, what are you saying? I don't even follow. What? I can't with it, Miss Mia. I can't, Miss Mia. I can't. Because what is you saying, beloved? What you talking about, baby? You know, that's frowned upon in Islam, to talk like that, to talk in such a way as to obfuscate the point, and folks don't really know what you're saying. To kind of talk in circles. That is frowned upon as Muslims. We are not supposed to talk like that. Yeah, Dean don't look favorably on talking in confusing manners, in ways that meant to confuse people or meant to not answer. You don't really answer the questions. That is against the sunnah. That is against the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That is against the sunnah. That is not answering questions with a question. Not really, you're not clear. That ambivalent, ambiguous speaking, and ambiguous speak. We can't really speak that ambiguous talk. Because what is you saying? And can't nobody make heads or tails out of what you. That's why I don't like Kamala. That's why I don't like her. Because you can't make heads or tails out of nothing that she's saying. So you lying. If that all boiled down to you're lying about stuff. Because the truth is just you can say it. You understand what I'm saying? When you speaking the truth, you can just say the truth. Even if it take you kind of a minute to get it all together, it'll make sense. You understand? But all that, going around the bush and it's up, then it's down, and you lying about something. It's something you lying about. All that circle talking. No, nobody want to hear that circle talking. No, nobody want to hear that foolishness. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Because what do that sentence even mean? What can be unburdened by what has been? You with the hands up and the head shake, the Pakistani head shake, by the way, talking about she black. I don't even want to get on that part. She do she not do the Indian the East Pakistan, the East Indian head shake? And I don't even want no Indians and Pakistanis to come for me, because I've been around you too long. I know you do the head shake. That's y'all thing. No, brother. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, in a minute. I've been around y'all too many years. I know what you do. And she do the head shake. Don't she try to disguise it like she ain't doing it? But she be doing the head shake. I see that. Yeah, it could be anything. It could be good or bad. They could be saying a good thing to you, and then they'll do the little head shake. I mean, and listen, I actually think the head shake is endearing. It's a cute little thing that y'all do. So I'm not like saying it like to ha ha at Indian Pakistan people. Because I have always thought it was cute. I've always thought it was a cute thing that y'all do. And it's uniquely y'all. Nobody else does that. I have not seen no other ethnic group do that at all. It's always Indo-Pak. And they'll do that. Mashallah, alhamdulillah. They'll do it real cute. It's cute. She do, babe. Don't nobody never say nothing about that. That man will not come out and say, I'm a black man, from the West Indies. My daughter is black. He don't never say that. Why he won't say that? Why he won't clear that up and put that baby to bed once and for all? Save his daughter. He will not save his daughter at all. But I don't like that circle talk. Like I said, that's against the sunnah. That is frowned upon in Deen. Yes, the purpose, ambiguity, the evasiveness, the unintelligible, can't really understand that. Yes, all of that. That's why I don't like her. Thank you, Jared. Says she basically told the world and future men she learned nothing, has no accountability, and will do it again. Men worth salt. No, she's a liability. Thank you, Mogul, for your support. I appreciate you, sweetheart. And thank you, Bernard. Said once again, she purposely ambiguous. Yeah, absolutely. She's absolutely a purposely so. That's a good point. It's the spirit of bearing false witness. That's that spirit. And thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not bear false witness. The 10 Commandments still stand. That still stand. You can't bear false witnesses against folk and saying things that you know for a fact not true. Putting things out there that you know is a lie, twisting words because you know how people gonna take it a certain way. If you say it this kind of way, you know what I'm saying, in that kind of way, then folks gonna turn it this way and that way. Come on. That's a lying spirit. That's a spirit. I ain't gonna get started, man. That's a spirit. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, English interpretation more or less, That if you can promise me the safeguarding of two things, then I can promise you Jannah. And that's what's between your lips and what's between your legs. And the vast majority of people is failing miserably at that. Miserably. They do not safeguard this, and they definitely don't safeguard that. I'm going to repeat that. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, English interpretation more or less, that if you can promise me the safeguarding of two things, then I can promise you Jannah. And when the Sahaba radiallahu anhum ajmeen asked, what are those two things, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, the safeguarding of what's between your lips and what is between your legs. English interpretation. All of those sins of the tongue, lying, backbiting, gossiping and talking about folk, spinning lies and stories, ambiguous talking in such a way as to confuse people, to lead people astray. And that spirit heavy on her. That crazy talking spirit, that spirit heavy on her. I don't like that at all. Because you might not like what Trump say, but you can understand what he said. You might not like the stuff Trump got to say, and I can admit that I have listened to a couple of things and was like, what, boy, what is you talking about? But at least you understood what he said in order to not like it. You know exactly what he stood there and said. That's why you know you didn't like what he said, because you understood it. So I'm going to get on up out of here. Yes, for those who have an ear attuned to the truth, that's why we don't like that kind of talking, because it's a lie in it. It's a lie. The very nature of talking like that is lies. It's based in lies. So I like listening to true things. I don't like listening to foolishness. So when you start talking real foolish like that, I start tuning it out, because I know you ain't saying nothing to edify me because you're talking in a circle. I know you ain't saying nothing important because you're talking in a circle. Important things don't sound like that. Important, truthful, good things that's good for folks, good things that's good for folks to hear, whether it's correction or encouragement or whatever the case may be. If it's the truth and it's good for people, then it don't sound like that. It don't sound like that. But anyway, before we go,
friends and family, I would like you to check out blackcommunityspeak.com. Now, blackcommunityspeak.com is a forum-based website, so something that's very simple, where you can get on, you can get off, get involved with a lot of topics. Now, Black Community Speaks is a place that's for black men and women to talk about issues that's affecting the entire community. So on blackcommunityspeak.com, they talk about topics in the range of news, what's going on in society, relationships, technology, business, food and recipes, gaming, health and fitness, music, and many, many more. On Black Community Speak, it's a place where you can be safe to say what you want to say without the fear of big tech censorship. So make sure you head on over to blackcommunityspeak.com and sign up today.
So for those of you that want to support the good brother and help him reach his goal, I think it's only a couple of people. He may have reached his goal already, I'm not sure. But the link is at the top of the chat, Black Community Speak. Go and support the brother's forum. Help him to reach his goals of getting hundreds. Let's get thousands of people to sign up and support that forum. Like I said, it's a clean looking form, very well organized, very well done. So definitely go sign up, go register. It's free to register, start a conversation, or you can join a conversation that is already in progress. So with that being said, I'm going to get on up out of here. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess of Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.